We also are going to tell you about the next Kuva weapon and the next Tenet weapon. So you'll learn about those on the dev stream. I'm not going to tell you what they are.
So tomorrow's dev stream is going to show us what the next Kuva and Tenet weapons are, but will they be existing weapons or will they be brand new, freshly made up weapons for us to farm? Tomorrow's dev stream is going to be a busy one, so sorry for the lack of videos over the last 2 weeks. I've been busy, okay? Now, what possible Kuva weapons would you want though? The Sobek, the Murloc, the Jakatag, the Grakata, the Harpak. Lots of very interesting choices. I'll tell you what though, I'd like a Kuva Acrid, the original powerhouse weapon in Warframe from back in the day when elemental mods couldn't be combined. The rainbow build Acrid was a thing of beauty, or maybe I've got rose-tinted glasses on. Then we have the possible Tenet weapons, the Amprex, the Plinx, the Opticore, the Sonicore, Staticore, Supra, or maybe a Tenet Lanka. There is a lot of choices, but which one would you prefer? Let me know in the comment section below. But there's more news. Last night there was a hotfix for mainly Deep Archimedea, which this week I had an absolute horrific setup for, so almost wanted to skip it. The Warframe team has introduced some more changes to Deep Archimedea, the mission pool. These changes are part of the weekly reset and are going to bring mission risk variables and a new mission deviation aimed at changing the gameplay dynamics. These are the new mission risk variables on screen right now. You've got Bold Venture, where enemies will deal 15% less damage and take 15% more damage. However, they're going to gain 15% movement speed, attack speed, and fire rate as a kind of counterbalance to the increase in damage. Then you've got Devil's Bargain. Allies within a 4-meter radius of slain enemies get a 25% boost to fire rate. This comes at a cost of 50% reduced ammo efficiency. Entanglement is where allies within a 4-meter radius of slain enemies will experience reduced movement speed and parkour velocity. Then we have Commanding Culverins, where rogue Culverins are now equipped with weapons that can deliver 5 times the damage, specifically to Overguard and Necromex. So if you're running your Deep Archimedea with Warframes like Frost or Styanax that has a lot of Overguard, then these things I guess are going to have to be your priority. Then we have Explosive Potential. Rupturing Fragments are now replacing Shuffling Fragments. Then you have Alluring Arco Canids, which will basically, a rogue Arco Canid will charge attack and has the new ability of pulling enemies in, or pulling Warframes, sorry, in towards them to get hit with that melee attack. Now, there is a new mission deviation for the disruption missions called Unified Purpose, and this is where all enemies will now target the mission conduits. This has replaced the old one, which was the parasitic conduits, which paused the timer unless a player was within 10 meters and drained the conduit's shield. So they've got rid of that because it didn't really fit the narrative or the core disruption gameplay the way it's supposed to. They've also done some changes to the Vampiric Liminus and the energy drain. They've fixed the seal armor on the Exterminate mission deviations, where enemies would take 90% less damage unless you broke their weak points. Apparently the rogue Culverins, which you would shoot their arms off and Feckers wouldn't self-destruct like they're supposed to, now they will self-destruct. And have also changed some other bits and pieces as well. So, Deep Archimedea has been out for a few weeks. You've had a few, I guess, rolls on the deviations and, I guess, the loadouts that you've gotten. How are you guys feeling now after several weeks of it? Do you think it's in a good spot? Do you think it needs changes? Have you had much luck? There was one week where I got pretty much all shards or Archon shards from every bloody mission that I ran. The same with the Netrocells. But then last week, I think I only got 2. And this week, the loadout that I got was absolutely abysmal. And I felt like the multiplier, especially with the Assassinate mission at the end, can be quite hard if you don't get a decent loadout, which is fine. The game mode is supposed to be hard, right? Not everything in Warframe is supposed to be really, really easy. The multipliers can be quite brutal, and I guess it's up to the player to decide whether they want to use them all. They are an option, not a requirement, whether you want to use them this week or whether maybe you want to just focus on all Netrocells and skip Deep Archimedea on any given week. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below. Dev stream recap video will be a little bit later than usual this week because I'm away at a concert tomorrow evening at the same time as the dev stream is on. I would normally have my video up within, I guess, 2 hours, 2.5 hours of it being ended. And again, apologies for the lack of videos over the last 14 days. I have genuinely just been really busy with real life stuff and then catching the odd variety stream over on Twitch, whether I was doing No Rest for the Wicked, Remnant 2 now. I've actually jumped into Fallout 76 because I watched the Fallout show and I don't really have much of a history of playing any Fallout game, and I wanted to see what all of the hype was around, and it's kind of caught me by surprise. I'm having fun with it. But anyway, dev stream recap video will be Saturday. Have a great day, have a great weekend, and as always, thanks for watching.